It's February 26th. I started making this video on the 22nd, or well, I guess the 21st because I was writing the script, but it doesn't matter. Okay, this is something I'm adding after I've already finished the rest of the script, so I'm sorry if it doesn't quite fit in. I just need to put these things at the beginning so I can make them clear from the get-go. First, this video is going to be very unstructured. I'm sorry. I just need to get lots of things off my chest and be as straight up as possible. Second, regarding Dehya, pull her if you really want. I can't stop you. I will say though, if you clicked on this video with this title, you're probably not 100% on her. So, slow down and give her some time to be tested before you pull. Alright? Third, if you go around parading that you're a waifu over meta player, like you're hot shit, and you mock or berate people for caring about the numbers characters do, then you're a fucking loser. Now back to the video. Buenas buenas. I'm not dead. I'm sure to the disappointment of a few people out there. Life just got in the way, you know? Anyways, Dehya. But more importantly, motherfucking standards. You clicked on this video. You saw the title. You know exactly what I'm going to talk about. Let's get to it. I do not know how the fuck people can become so absolutely pathetic, such a pushover. It's extremely sad. Why would you, as a consumer, not want the best experience possible? Why? Do you feel bad that indie company Hoyoverse is going to lose some more pocket change making improvements to a character? You think the fucking company's going to shut down? You think the universe will collapse because the character's improved? Why are you okay with being given shit? Why? Dehya, at the very least at the time I'm writing the script, February 22nd of 2023, hasn't come out yet. So there's always the chance of us collectively misunderstanding her kit and having the wrong idea. Maybe she's amazing. Or maybe she's straight fucking ass and she gets buffed. We can't say because she's not out yet. But this is no longer about that. Regardless of the way she releases, whether she's the most busted character this game has ever seen, or one of the most dogshit 5-stars we've had the displeasure of interacting with, it doesn't matter. The community sentiment of, it's okay if Dehya is dogshit, the game is easy anyways, is worryingly fucking stupid. You can even replace Dehya in there with any other character, and it would still be a brain-dead fucking statement. If you're a free-to-play player and you stand by that way of thinking, let me just run a few things by you real quick. Those Primogems in your account, the tens of thousands of Primos and dozens of loose Rainbow Wishes that you've saved for months waiting for Dehya to come out, why would you ever be okay with using those resources you put so much time and effort into gathering and saving on a character that is shat out half-assedly by Hoyo without a second thought? I am technically no longer free to play since I bought a Welkin at quite possibly the worst time ever, but I never spent money after that point again. I know how it feels to have to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 banners so you can guarantee a unit that you really want. You wait and save because those primos don't come easy. I get it. So why would you be okay with the release of a shit character? Why? No. How would you justify that? Why is it okay for Hoyo to release a half-ass character that you will have to spend your hard-earned primos on? That question is rhetorical. It's not okay. Hoyo should respect you. They should respect the time and effort you put into their game. It's as simple as that. You should respect yourself, and they should respect you. Now, to the people that put money into the game, I don't care if you're a low spender or one of the 30 fucking sea animals people call you. You spent money. You, of all people, deserve to be respected and receive a good product. It baffles me when people who spend money in the game have the mentality of, it's okay if this character that I'm going to pull for with my real money is dog shit because the game is easy anyways. Do you not care about your money or the way you're being treated? They spit in your face and ask for your money and you still give it to them. Why? Holding and standing by ideas like, it's okay if this character is dog shit, the game is easy anyways, is sad, pathetic, and extremely bad for the health of the game. It doesn't matter whether you've spent money or not, everyone should demand better because you are the player and without you, they are nothing. Now, let's bring this all back to Dehya and her current pre-release reception. No matter whether someone is in the camp of Dehya's kit doesn't matter, the game is easy, or Dehya needs changes in order to be a viable character, both sides are arguing under the assumption that she's going to be bad like leaks suggest. Please remember what I just said. Everyone who is arguing about her kit is doing so under the assumption that the leaks are true and she's gonna be shit. With that in mind, let's talk about some of the things I've seen thrown around. I don't care. I wasn't pulling for Dehya anyways. If you don't care about the situation simply because it's Dehya and you weren't pulling for her in the first place, then you probably should care. Because if it can happen to Dehya, then it can happen to any future character, including the ones you're looking forward to the most. It's okay. Dehya is made to work with future characters. She's fine. I don't give a shit if Dehya is made to work in the future. That's not the time we're in. Hoyo is releasing the character now. She should work. She should function now. Think about it. What if you don't like the character Dehya will work with in the future? If there is one. Are you really going to pull for a character just to make her work? Are you even willing to take the chance of not liking the character you might need to pull for? Just think about it. It's okay for Dehya to be this way since she's gonna be in the standard banner, which will make her easier to get. This is very much not true in the slightest. It's gonna be harder to get Dehya from the standard banner since there's no raid up there. I don't even have to show you an example of any of this either. If you have friends who play Genshin, ask them if they have all the standard 5-star characters. I guarantee you that more than one will say no. The only reason I have all the standard characters is because I've been playing Genshin since basically day 1, when there weren't that many 5-stars. The chances of getting the character you want from the standard banner, including Dehya, will only get worse unless the banner sees changes, but I wouldn't put money on that. It's also not okay for Dehya to be bad just because she's gonna be in the standard banner. No 5-star character currently on the standard banner is bad by any stretch of the imagination. So why, all of a sudden, is it okay for Dehya to be bad since she's on the standard banner? That's another rhetorical question. It's not okay. I'll also throw the, well, her constellations are good, just get her constellations crowd in here too. She should be a solid character from the get-go. She's a 5-star, and she's neither cheap to pull or build. So basic, solid functionality at C0 should be a given. Getting her in the first place is gonna be a pain in the ass. I can't even imagine trying to get constellations for her. Everyone called Alhaitham bad based on leaks, and they were wrong. They're wrong about Dehya too. I see this statement a lot for some reason. I'm sure that somewhere out there lies a soul crackhead who called Dendrotwink bad, but not everyone did. When Dendrotwink came out, I was barely playing the game, once every few weeks if that. And it was very easy for me to see that he wasn't a bad character, and not a single one of the leaks or leakers I saw ever called him bad either. So I have no clue where people got this idea that everyone thought Dendrotwink was bad. Unless, of course, they watched one of those dog shit text-to-speech Genshin channels that are clickbaity as hell. But at that point, it's no one's fault but the person clicking on it for being such a fucking idiot. By the time Al released, Dendro was fairly well understood, and it should have been obvious from the very beginning that simply being a Dendro character was enough to make him not shit. While we're talking about things people have brainwashed each other into believing, let's talk about Kazuha. When he was leaked and then released, he was called another Sucrose, and he was still complimented for being a good character. A lot of people these days say that Kazuha is a character that was shit on and ignored, and that's why his banner didn't make as much money as he should have. No. The reason he was mostly cast aside and his banner didn't make that much money was because Ayaka was debuting in the banner right after his. He was cast aside because the community had been looking forward to pulling for Ayaka for an extremely long time. Pretty sure saying extremely long time is an understatement, but you get the point. He wasn't called trash or useless, although I'm sure some people did say those things about him. The community as a whole just had their focus somewhere else. Unfortunately, the lack of sales on the first Kazuha banner caused some people who did pull for him to develop this weird ego and sense of superiority. So when Kazuha reran, I saw a few people here and there get really preachy and weird. But those are the types of people who exist to be made fun of. So, you know. Next up on characters who people are being really weird about is the one and only Fruity Fox Lady, Yae Miko. I am honestly fucking shocked by the things people say about her these days. There are so many people being gaslit into believing Yae was actually a great character all along, and people just didn't get her kit because it was so complex and difficult to use. Let me tell you this, as someone who got her the minute she dropped, She was mediocre as fuck when she came out. Her damage was fine. Since her animations were so long, she felt clunky and still kinda does, and she wasn't difficult to use in the slightest. The only reasons Yaya is still relevant is because she's banging Raiden and because the release of Dendro made her not mediocre. Dendro legitimately made her way better, and in my opinion, saved Yaya from mediocrity. Don't let people fool you. She was a fine character at best when she released, and now she's good because Dendro is a thing and Hyperbloom is busted as shit. That's it. Now that we're done talking about the community gaslighting each other into oblivion, let's move on to Hoyoverse won't do anything because they only listen to the CN side of the community. I always see people say this, but I have never seen a good example of this or any evidence whatsoever. Listen, us as a community more than likely want the same thing. How do I know this? Because they're people and players just like us. We all want the game to improve and be enjoyable for a long time. Hoyo only listens to drops in revenue, and I'm sure that's something everyone can understand very well. Now, I want to quickly address this image. You might have seen it floating around because fuck, it somehow found a way to me when I was most uninterested in the game. I'll put this very simply. Do not trust or take to heart anything on this image, post, whatever. I would really like everyone watching to read this. It should be very obvious, even if you only glance over it, that the person who translated or said this has a clear dislike for the Western community. You cannot and should not take this post to heart because this person is only trying to get both CN and EN to get at each other's throats. The purpose of this post wasn't to start a discussion or anything of the sort. It was meant to make all of us turn against each other, to stir the pot and make us fight. Nothing more, nothing less. I will put money down on this too. I guarantee you that CN says things like, Hoyoverse only listens to the West, the English side. We're all on the same boat. There is no need to attack each other when we all want the same thing, and we're probably more alike than people think. Now, I want to get this off my chest, even if it's mostly unrelated to the topic of Dehya. I mean, I guess it's kind of related to standards and expectations. Either way, I want to talk about this because it's been bugging the fuck out of me for a hot minute now. The idea that Hoyoverse shouldn't add more endgame because I play casually. Listen, you self-centered fuck. Other people play the game in a different way than you. They enjoy the game differently than you. That doesn't mean they shouldn't receive content that they would enjoy. I fucking hate every single person who says this type of shit. I want you, the person watching this, to repeat this in your head. I'm not kidding. Please do it. It should be very clear that this way of thinking is extremely self-centered and childish. But for some goddamn reason, it just doesn't click with these fucking people. I don't understand why it's so hard for them to understand that people enjoy games in different ways. If you hold this belief, then I really want to know, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen if Hoyo dares to cook up some more replayable content for endgame players? You think the fucking company's gonna implode or some shit? Do you think that them working on more endgame content for players is gonna somehow worsen the quality of the story or the events? You can't be that fucking stupid. Surely not, right? There's no way such a brain-dead crowd exists, right? Listen, there's no reason as to why more endgame content shouldn't be in the game. Hoyo can afford to satisfy everyone. If you think that they shouldn't add more content to the endgame because you won't play it and are casual, then you should know that you're a complete fucking loser. You're not the main character, bro. Snap the fuck out of it. Today is February 24th, 2023. I'm pretty sure what I'm seeing is damage control. Maybe it's just my conspiracy brain seeing shit that isn't there, but it's really weird to have them showcase or announce 2 new characters at this point in time. Again, I could just be seeing shit. I just think it's weird timing. To me, it seems they're trying to distract people from Dehya's kid and her release by showing these characters off. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. I've been hearing talks of content creators and media servers being disappointed and a bunch of other stuff, but I guess the banner revenue will speak for itself, right? I just saw a leak of the potential 4 stars in her banner, and there is no fucking way this is it. No fucking shot. No fucking shot. if the banner is what leaks are saying it's gonna be, then I'm pretty sure they set up Dehya for failure. I can't believe I waited so long for her, and this is the result. Fucking, how much is it? 4 or 5 months of waiting. I saw her get whitewashed, and god damn. Fuck. I was hoping to tie this thing up for good, or at least in a more neat manner, but I seriously don't have the energy or patience for that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go finish recording my Signalis playthrough. Thank you for stopping by. Take care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. All right, coming in hot at the very end. I am here to ask you for a favor. Wait, no. I'm the one doing you a favor. You should listen to Cheat Codes by Danger Mouse and Black Thought. I'm pretty sure that's who made it. Yeah. And you should give the new Lil Yachty, well, new, it was like fucking 4 weeks ago. You should give the new Lil Yachty album, Let's Start Here, a listen as well. You can thank me later. Take care of yourselves.